Um, Actually, no, I don't. So
Cool.
explain more to that. That's certainly not what we've been talking about when we've been talking about it. When we talk about anapanasati and the four
Yeah.
foundations of mindfulness, when we talk about feelings, we don't talk about it like that. So please explain what you're talking about.
Um,
Just go
I,
back to the analogy of the
yeah,
thoughts of the fuel.
yeah. Well, I kind of took more from the thoughts of fire, sorry, thoughts of wood, feelings of fire, like um the idea that the feelings burn themselves off, you know, like
Actually, that's not true. But a better way of saying it is when you stop feeding the fuel, then the
mm,
fire will go out. Is this not the
right,
case in reality?
yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, that does make more sense.
All
Um,
right.
yeah.
So if you change the fuel, you will change the fire. Is that not also the case? That there's huge difference between a grass fire, a forest fire, and a gas stove fire.
Yeah.
So when you change the fuel, you change the fire. And when you stop giving the fire any kind of fuel, the fire goes out. Is that not the case?
Mm, yeah. I
All
mean, yeah.
right.
So, well, go on, go on.
No, go ahead.
Well, um, the whole thing with like feeling your emotions, I think that's something that like I see a lot on social media or whatever in videos.
Yeah, all right. But you're on your social media, you have a whole lot of ignorant children who are repeating things that they've heard
Yeah.
without knowledge. They've just been
y-
repeating old crap.
Yes. But I think
All
that
right.
there is like
And
some,
that's why they have the kind of fire that they have in their mind when they're writing on social media.
yeah. But I think there is some truth in like, um, it's not everyone is able to feel their emotions or has like awareness of the
Well,
the
of course, that's what we've talked about before, that 99.9% of all of humanity in our culture or most any other culture is just people living out the habits that they developed from childhood that they got from their ancestors and their parents. And our stupidity and our wildfires of the mind go back centuries.
Hmm.
And it
Yeah.
and it takes right noble effort to change the fuel. You have to be selective about what kind of thoughts that you're going to have.
Right.
So if you have bad fuel, then you're going to feel bad. And if you have really good fuel, then you're going to have an appropriate fire. If you feed the mind happy fuel, then you're going to have happy feelings.
Hmm. But I think I've found also with trying that thing of, you know, the wholesome thoughts thing, I found that, and it's probably just, you know, I haven't talked to you enough about it, but um I found that maybe I would get too obsessed with my thoughts and there was too much like control over every thought, and that was like tiring.
Well, that's just mean that you haven't been putting in the right noble effort. When you put in right noble effort, it becomes energetic. And when you put in wrong effort, you get tired. And part of the tiredness has to do with being dissatisfied with the fire that you've produced. But
Mm.
if you're very satisfied with the fire that you produce, then you're ready to pile more fuel on.
So is satisfaction or acceptance or something, is that the difference that makes the process energetic?
Well, you could say in a way that satisfaction is good stuff, but acceptance is polluted satisfaction. In other words, when you accept something, you're really not satisfied with it. Your
Yeah.
satisfaction is polluted. You're almost resigned to do it
Yeah.
rather than energetically being very happy to be satisfied.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that. Yeah.
So, what can we do then is we can start having some change to the fuel. Let's do that now. Let's start changing that fuel and start having happy thoughts. Thoughts of being safe and secure. You're in a room now. There's nobody there to hassle you. But if you get on social media, you're going to get a bunch of crap. And if you think about the crap that you see from social media, you're going to feel crappy. But sitting
Yeah.
here with me, you can feel nice. You can feel good because you're having happy, good thoughts. Give that feeling system some happy, good thoughts. Let's get it some good fuel.
Mm.
So tell me some good fuel.
Okay. Well, but I'm thinking about, what about awareness? Like awareness, as
Yeah,
a
but you can
as
think
a
of all kinds of things that are just, but what about this and what about that?
yeah.
That's the mind of confusion. So you're actually having confusion thoughts
Yeah.
that's going to lead you to have confusion feelings.
Yeah, I get that, but also isn't confusion like just as
It's
part,
written all over your face. I see confusion all over you.
but isn't that just natural though? Isn't it to be
No,
like,
it's normal, but it's not natural.
well, isn't
Why,
it
why
normal?
do I say normal? Is because you learned to be confused when you were a child.
Mhm.
And you kind of think that that's normal. You've gotten used to it. And
But
it's
isn't it,
pretty lousy fuel to
yeah,
be feeding your system.
but I was saying more like confusion is just part of like figuring out what you
No,
best.
and figuring out is still not happy. You can't figure everything out, but you can still try to figure everything out, going from one failure of figuring out to another failure of figuring out because you're in the habit of being confused, trying to figure stuff out, winding up with a pretty smoky mind.
Hmm.
So I invite you once again, let's have some happy thoughts rather than confusing thoughts. You can take the right noble left to do that right now.
Well, what about like,
What about now? Go, there you go.
yes, but I
What
need to,
about you're being confused? You're full
no,
of doubt. Let's have some happy thoughts. Come on. I'm listening.
yes.
You want me to
uh,
give you a few examples of some happy, wholesome thoughts? Some good
Well,
fuel to feed to the fire?
but I feel like, to be honest, I feel like I need to understand.
Yes, and if you understand this and understand that, you'll still be saying, but I need to understand that over there. Let's stop trying to need to understand things and start practicing correctly.
Okay, so, but when does the understanding come of these
You
things that
don't need understanding
really?
because there's no end to it. No, you don't need all that understanding. All you need is to understand to practice correctly.
Okay,
You don't need to go inspect every different kind of fuel. All you have to do is understand that there is some good fuel and there's some bad fuel. Let's put some good fuel in there.
okay. I get what you're saying. I do, yeah. Okay.
So let me hear some good fuel.
Okay.
Can you say this then? Right now, everything is okay. Right now, everything is fine. Got
Right.
no problems and no worries.
I've got no problems and no worries. I feel like
Right now, you've got no problems and no worries, but trying to understand, and now you just made a problem.
yeah. I mean, because this way of doing it, it's a bit like, you know, I guess reprogramming or like positive brainwashing.
Yes, it's about taking a positive frame and reprogramming.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's start having some happy thoughts. Let's change that fuel. I'm listening.
Okay. Well, but okay. I think it's because there's like lots of other things that are happening in my
Now
mind.
you're off into confusion and comparing stuff. Let's not do that. Let's have some happy thoughts.
Right. I mean, I do have to express what's in my mind, otherwise I feel like I'm like kind of
No, you can throw that stuff out and put happy thoughts in. You don't have to express your crap. You don't have to keep feeding bad fuel into the fire.
Mm. Yeah, that feels very different to me. I mean, I think that is
I
what we're
hear your
talking about.
resistance to having happy thoughts. You're still in a state of comparing and
Yeah,
confusion.
yeah.
Can you have some happy thoughts right now? Can you start having some? Can you start practicing correctly? Because until you start practicing correctly, you're going to be in that same confused state of mind, trying to express yourself, trying to figure things out. And
But
you've been doing that for how many years?
yeah, but also like, what if it's, what if someone doesn't always want to be happy and like want just can,
I
just
don't believe it. At
yeah.
any particular point in time, you would prefer to feel good than to feel bad.
Yes, but also there are other I think there are other ways of feeling good than just being happy. Like you could be, figuring out
Well,
some
let's use other words like wholesome, skillful,
yeah,
lighthearted,
yeah.
not heavy.
Yes, that I think that's better because happy is like, maybe it's just because of the use of the word or something. It's happy is like,
Well, don't try to examine the word, just do it.
well, but I want a better word, mate. I like when you said
You
light.
don't need a better word. What you need to do is to start practicing. Here's a better word. Everything's okay.
Yeah,
I don't have to figure anything out. I can just, wow, what a relief it is. I don't have to figure everything out. I don't have to get the right word. I
yeah.
can just be comfortable.
But maybe I'm happy when I'm questioning you. What about
Well,
that?
you're used to questioning,
Right.
and it takes effort to make a change.
Okay.
So let's take some right noble effort to start making some change. Otherwise, you're stuck into being
But also,
used to asking about a stupid questions.
yeah. But also, what if I'm not the thing that
What if I, yeah, I hear this whataboutism.
yeah, but what if no, like for
Do
real,
you
I mean,
recognize how resistant you are to
yeah,
actually start practicing correctly?
yeah, yeah, but also, I mean, I'm just like what I'm thinking about in life and trying to achieve and like what my day to day is more not so much focused on like any kind of like samadhi state, or I'm not trying to go to any enlightened place.
I'm not asking you to do anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, because I just want to say, I mean, I'm more focused on like um music and art and stuff. So I think, I
Can
mean,
you do that happily? It's your
yeah,
choice.
half of the time,
Well,
40%.
let's start practicing so that you can do it more of the time.
Right, okay. Because I just wanted to clarify that like I'm not looking to like go in like I've kind of like lost the I just don't desire to kind of like get really spiritual or like I don't
I'm
know.
not asking any of that. I'm asking
Yeah,
you to
yeah, yeah.
start having some wholesome thoughts.
I know, yeah, but I just wanted to clarify
And
that.
you're resistant to doing that. Let's have some wholesome thoughts.
Okay.
Right now, all you're giving me is whataboutisms and doubts
Yeah,
and
yeah, because I wanted
frustrations and worries.
yeah, I wanted to just make sure that we were on the same page, and I just wanted to like just say that.
You'll not find if we're on the same page until you get on this page.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure that you knew like what I was going through, like kind of like, you know what I mean? I
I
just
don't care what you're going through. I don't
uh,
care what kind of bad fuel you've been using.
right, okay.
I'm trying
So
to get you to change the fuel to something wholesome.
okay, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Well, let's hear it then. Come on, let's have some wholesome thoughts. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. I don't have to figure everything out. I'm already okay. I'm already okay. And here I have spent 10,
Mm,
already
yeah,
given you 10 wholesome thoughts in a row, and you haven't
yeah.
repeated one of them.
I just have like there are just a lot of questions in my mind.
I know. Can you stop having questions in your mind? Stop having that kind of fuel and start having some happy, wholesome thought fuel.
Yeah,
Can you take the right noble effort to start saying, right now, everything is okay?
but I have to keep questioning. Like, I mean, what about
No,
if
you don't have to keep questioning.
what about
And
when
in
I
fact, so long as you keep questioning, that's where you're stuck, is
okay,
questioning, questioning, questioning,
I
and
see.
not recognizing that you've got a choice.
Okay, right. Because yeah, I guess I'm just trying to like,
You
yeah,
know what the word try means?
yeah,
Try already has failure built right into it.
yeah. Fuck.
So let's have some positive thoughts that are not failure thoughts. Can you repeat after me?
But I feel like asking questions is good.
Well, I'm not.
You don't
I'm
think?
not into answering a bunch of stupid questions, one after another after another. I'm into getting you to change and start following my lead.
Okay. But yeah, I think it's
I talk to a lot of people who keep asking me a lot of questions, and I'm getting, you know, getting
yeah,
a little short.
yeah, I can tell. Yeah. All right then.
All
Um,
right.
okay,
So, how about repeating after me?
okay.
Right now, everything is okay.
Right now, everything is okay.
All right.
Okay.
That you're there in that room alone and everything is fine in that room.
Yeah, I agree. Everything is fine in this room.
Yeah, everything is fine.
Yeah, but I agree with.
Wow, everything is fine. Come on, repeat after me. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
All right. I can feel relaxed
I can feel relaxed.
because everything is fine.
Yeah, because everything is fine. Yeah,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Wow, what a relief it is. I'm okay.
Yeah, what a relief it is that
What a
I'm.
relief it is. I don't have to ask questions. I can just be okay.
I don't have to ask questions. I can just be okay. I'm not sure about that one.
You don't have to ask questions. You can just be okay. Look how many thousands of questions, by the way, that you've asked and you're still not okay. So let's not practice having thoughts and questions. Let's start having good, wholesome practice, wholesome thoughts. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah, so I don't need
Not
to.
a worry in the world.
Don't need to know anything. Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
I
I
don't.
don't have to know anything more than I already know. I already know enough. I know enough to be okay. You can say that. Can you repeat? I know enough already to be okay.
I know enough already to be okay. What if for like, I've got a
What if,
project
what
that
if, what if? I hear that stuff
no,
coming back.
there are lots of things. So for specific things that you're doing in life, you need to, know something. Maybe like you're sick and you need to know what doctor to go to, or like, I don't know, you need to.
You can do that later. Right now, you're going to sit and practice and get yourself into I'm okay. I don't need to know anything right now. I'm okay right now.
So I
I'll
can
take
ask.
care of that later. Right now, I'm okay.
So when do you know, these questions that I have, what do I do with all these questions?
Let us put it this way. You spend 5 to 10 minutes every hour telling yourself that you're fine, that you're okay, and leave the questions to the other 50 minutes in an hour.
Okay.
Right now, you're spending all 60 minutes in asking questions and staying not okay. Let's start practicing being okay, and pretty soon you can spend more time just being okay. You begin to see that it's a whole lot more
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
a
get
whole
it.
lot more interesting to just be okay and stop asking all of the stupid questions that you never get resolution to. All you get is a bunch of smoke.
Okay, can we talk about that for a bit? I mean, I just want to understand more about that. So I then,
All right. This is all you need to understand is that you're okay right now. That's all you need to know is that everything is okay. Everything is fine.
yeah, I know. I said this last time, but it's just so simple. It's like the simplest thing to say, and it's the thing that I guess, like your mum says when you're hurt, she's like, it's okay. It's just like the most basic, simple expression that's like,
Yeah, you're all right.
ever. It's like, there couldn't be more. There's nothing simpler that could be said to help someone. And
Well, you
sometimes,
can't
because sometimes it
you're
feels,
helping yourself now. So let's start saying you're okay. You don't need to ask a lot of questions a lot of the time. You can, in fact, just stop asking questions and be okay. Everything's all right. Not a problem in the world. Come on, let me hear it. Everything's all right. Got no problems, got no worries.
yeah, everything's okay. I've got no problems. I've got no worries. Although I don't fully believe what I'm saying because of all
Well,
the.
that's why you haven't practiced it. You've been busy practicing a bunch of crap Now let's start practicing something of value. Maybe it'll sink in that everything really is okay.
Okay.
You don't have to fix the world. Wow, you don't have to do anything. You can just sit and relax. Start to enjoy your life. No place to go and nothing to do. Wow, what a relief it is. Whatever work there is to do, I'll do it later. Right now, I'm just going to sit and relax.
Hmm. Hmm.
I can just be okay. Everything is fine. No problems, no worries. Everything is okay. Come on, let me hear it.
Everything is okay. There's no problems. I can relax.
Hmm. Wow, what a relief it is. Got no problems.
Oh God.
Wow, what a relief it is. Keep going. Don't go back off into that. I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. Just keep coming back to everything is okay. I don't have to wonder or wonder.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. But I like
But,
I know yeah, but because you know, I know I may be saying things that you disagree with, but I want to know why you disagree with them so that when I go and practice, I can feel like it's the right thing to do.
well, you know deep inside it's the right thing to do. It's your surface that's confused because you've got such bad habits of putting in bad fuel. But you
Mm,
know that if you start putting in better fuel, you'll have a better fire, a happy fire, an okay fire, a joyful fire. Doesn't matter what kind of words you're using. Perhaps the right word to use is satisfying. So
mm.
long as you're asking questions, that's a direct proof that you're not satisfied. You want answers. You're not satisfied. Come on, let's practice being satisfied. Everything's all right.
Everything's all right.
Everything is fine. I can be comfortable. I don't have to know everything. I already know just enough to be happy.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, I know just enough to be happy.
I know just enough to be happy. And I'll practice being happy. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep having that kind of fuel. Everything is okay, and I don't have to fix anything. Everything is already okay. Now, in that regard, you can take the work out of everything.
Yeah.
Make everything that you do a toy. Become playful, but
Okay.
you have to practice being playful. You have to practice enjoying what you're doing. And the way to do that is to stop doing everything and just enjoy. Make the joy first, make the satisfaction
Mm.
first, and then you can add stuff to it later without destroying your joy. But you need to practice being okay.
Yeah. Well, and so when oh God, I've just lost my thought. When I'm doing this and then I have a question or a thought, like I just don't agree with what I'm saying because of something that's just like, happened
Yeah,
or
because then you get confused and you can say, oh, I see that. And I'm just going to drop that thought and have a happy thought instead. I can just sit here and be satisfied. I don't have to figure that out. You're looking all confused again.
Because on one level, like I agree with it, and it's like you can't really argue with that.
No, I don't argue. I gave up arguing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why, in fact, I keep bringing you back to correct practices, because I don't want to argue with you about all the crap that you keep coming up with.
Mm. But it's good for me to know like why you disagree.
Pardon?
It's good for me to know why you disagree because then I can like go into the practice with more like confidence.
I'm not interested in agreeing and disagreeing. I'm interested only in you starting to practice correctly.
Yeah. But there's a lot of like with all my questions you
Right. I'm not interested in your questions. I'm interested in you practicing correctly. And if you start practicing correctly, you will see the benefit. But if you don't practice correctly, you're stuck in those questions. And then with all of the questions, you're not practicing.
okay.
If you start practicing, you'll see the benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, I can
And
be satisfied.
so what your and also because I haven't even heard like your specific Dhammarato like teaching
No,
is
it's not. It's the teaching of the Buddha.
yeah, exactly.
And his main teaching is dukkha, dukkha, nirodha, asking questions. In fact, you probably know that doubt and worry and restlessness are hindrances. What are they hindrances to? Feeling good. They're unwholesome thoughts. This is actually the teaching of the Buddha. Can you start having wholesome thoughts like everything is already okay? I don't have any problems to solve. Right now, everything is all right. Wow, what a relief it is. I don't have to worry and trying to figure stuff out. I can just be okay.
About the Buddha, was he more concerned than people think about feeling good than like as going into nirvana and escaping samsara? Was he
How
more
do you think you're going to get anywhere by going in the wrong direction?
but I'm asking about like was Buddha more into feeling good than going into nirvana as people perceive?
Well, let me give you this definition of nibbana. Let us say that you're in a truck, maybe a bicycle, and you're out on the road. The engine's running and you're running down the road and things get hot. The brakes get hot, the tires get hot, the radiator gets hot, the engine gets hot, the exhaust gets hot, right? And there you are getting someplace, asking a bunch of questions. Vroom, 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 vroom. But when you park the truck and get out of it, right then and there, the truck is still hot. But if you don't keep running it, if you let it sit there for a while, doesn't it cool off? Right. So you need to start practicing having wholesome thoughts long enough to actually cool off.
Okay.
You start giving that fire wholesome, happy food, it's going to burn in a better way rather than smoky and
Hmm.
smelly.
Okay.
And pretty soon you stop giving the fire any fuel at all. Why? Because you've just decided that everything is okay, that everything is fine. I don't have to worry about anything. I can stop giving it fuel altogether. But then it'll cool off. Fire goes out.
Hmm.
What fire goes out? The fire that's fueled by wanting to know, wanting to figure it out, rushing around in the mind to here to there to try to get something, instead of just being satisfied with what you've got.
How you've got where you are though now, didn't you have to go through lots of periods of asking questions?
Yes. Do you want to go through all of the stuff that I went through for 45 or 50 years before you stop? Or can you stop now?
So you didn't have to go through that to get where you are now.
I was more in a hurry. I wasn't full of doubt. I was full of restlessness.
Okay. But wasn't that in some way part of what was needed to?
Yeah, it's to stop being restless, become satisfied.
Hmm.
And you stop asking questions and just settle down and be satisfied. And when you become satisfied, you'll chill out. But you got to practice.
Okay. So practice just being satisfied with
Well, you need to start with practicing having wholesome thoughts.
okay. Awesome thoughts. Awesome.
All of those students who try to practice having no thoughts at all, they can't do that.
Yeah.
You need to start practicing having wholesome thoughts.
I feel like, yeah, when I have, when I do sit down and practice, it is better. And I feel like I've kind of been doing a bit of that, and then I've been doing a bit of breathing.
Well, while you're paying attention to the breathing, that's wholesome, especially if you're controlling the breath, making sure that it's a long, easy breath.
Yeah, definitely.
One that I like. Oh, I like that breath.
Do you think
Oh, that breath is satisfying.
is control?
Wow, what a relief it is.
Yeah. Is controlling the breath, do you think, better than noticing the breath?
That's what the Buddha teaches. He
Control.
teaches having long, deep breaths. This is what I mean by mindfulness of breathing, not just breathing.
Yeah. It's weird how like you don't hear that at monasteries or with people who are into this. There's it's like the Vipassana thing of your your little nose. You got to notice the breath coming out of your nose. But I find that
There is no nose tip anywhere in any sutta.
Yeah.
He
Cool.
talks about experiencing the body while you're breathing.
Yeah, I was actually going to go to a Vipassana retreat like next week, but I think I'm not going to go. I think I'm going to cancel it.
Well, what you can do instead is getting a tent. The
Yeah.
Buddha doesn't recommend go to retreats.
Yeah.
Buddha recommends go to the forest, go to the foot of a tree, or go to an empty hut. The room you're in is empty if you take out the computers and the cell phones.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd like to do that. That would be cool.
Or maybe just buy some camping gear. You can get camping gear to go camping for a week or two, cheaper than you can pay for the retreat. So go get yourself a tent and a camping stove, a mat,
Right.
maybe a cheap sleeping bag, and go off into some state park.
Yeah. It's cold, but yeah, could do that.
Go be alone. Here's something very interesting. Those retreats, they practice what they call noble silence, and they pretend for each student to pretend to be in seclusion. While in fact, the reality is you got 100 people within elbow distance.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
Buddha recommends go into seclusion where the air is not filled with everybody's thoughts.
Mm. Yeah, I think you can definitely feel, I don't know, maybe you disagree, but I think you can feel when you're sitting in like a meditation room or whatever. Some places have much better environments. It's like depending on the kind of people, or would you say that's right?
Yeah, and a meditation hall that's got no people at all is the best environment. An empty hall.
Yeah, definitely. And so what about,
So empty that even when you're sitting there alone, you're still not even there. All of those thoughts of, I got to know this and I got to know that, you can just forget those thoughts and just sit there and say, wow, this is nice. Everything is okay. Got no place to go, nothing to do. You can do that out in nature.
and you'd say that's like also true, and you're not just telling yourself, you're not just brainwashing yourself, like it's actually true, you would say that
It
every
actually is true. You're okay. You're okay without all of that information you've been struggling to get. All of that worry and confusion is keeping you from just being okay, just sitting and relaxing. The reality is, you're already okay, Freddie. You're already okay. Wow, what a relief it is. You're already okay. You don't have to figure out anything. You're already okay.
mm. Yeah, I think that, yeah, that's good actually. I think that's um I
So
need
can you practice that? Can you practice? I'm already okay. I don't have to know anything. I've already got everything I need and I'm already okay. Just as I am, I'm okay.
and when I have things that I want to do,
You can
I,
say, hey, I don't need to do that. I'm already okay.
mm,
I don't have to go do that. I don't have to want that. Know for sure that anytime that you want something that you don't have right now, that's dukkha. You're dissatisfied with right now. You want to go do something. But if you can have the happy thought of, wow, I don't have to go do that. I'm already okay.
and what if the thing um like making music, what about that?
Well, here's the point about that is that you've been making music for so long that you're in a music school and you're still not okay.
Mm,
Look at all that music you've made and you're still not okay. So let's practice instead being okay. And when you are okay, you can sit down with that score and be okay while you're playing. You can be okay with the thought of, I'm okay while you're
yeah,
being creative. You can turn it from a work, which has been all these years, into a
yeah,
joy, into a toy, and
yes,
become playful.
yes, I
But you
think
got to practice.
yeah, I've been getting better at that, and I think I'm enjoying music more, and I think I'm like just I'm not serious about it, but I just try to just play it and just
Well, this is what you need to practice is being not serious.
yeah,
Become playful.
yeah.
Well, I'm already okay. I don't have anything to do. I'm already okay. And now I can pick up that score and have a blast. I can have fun with it.
Mm. So it's not about avoiding desires. It's more important to practice being okay than to avoid desires based on
Right, because if you're avoiding writing the music, now you're in a state of being not okay, even when you're not writing the music. So when you're writing the music, you're not okay, and when you're not writing the music, you're not okay. And when
yeah.
you're having a bunch of thoughts about how do I figure it all out, you're still not okay because that's the habit you're in. What you
So
have to do instead
yeah.
is start practicing being okay. And once you get into the state of I'm okay, everything is okay, I don't need to know anything, now you can sit down with that score and have a great deal of fun with it. Okay. You're okay before you start writing, you're okay while you're writing, and you're okay after you finish writing, and you're just okay. You don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's kind of and with the desire, back to the desire, it's not about, it's more about the dukkha or the expectation attached to it, like the
Mm-hmm.
grasping
Yeah,
of,
and always that expectation is I'll feel better after I get it or get it done.
yeah,
And you're never going to feel better after you get it or get it done. The only way you're going to feel better is by practicing feeling better.
yeah, okay. So yeah, expectation is that, and then there's the like attachment from like a story you've come up with about like an identity. So that might be more like hard to, or take
Yeah,
long.
that's actually the story that you tell makes you unhappy because you're dissatisfied with the story that you tell. Why don't you just start telling yourself the story? Hey, I'm already okay. Wow, I don't have to figure anything out. I'm okay. I'm already just fine. No place to go and nothing to do, nothing to do. I can sit here and
Yeah.
enjoy the breath.
Okay. And as you get better and better at this, do you find that like insights come? Because I'm quite like in, obviously because I have a lot of questions. That means I'm probably interested in like, you know, I guess I like insights.
Most people do not understand what we mean by insight. No one understands, especially those who use the word vipassana. All right, let me give you this insight as a definition of insight. Oh, I see that I want to understand a bunch of stuff, and that's not helping me. Let me practice being okay already. Now that's insight. And you had quite a lot of insights today. I've seen you smile. I've seen you being confused, and then you come out of it for a short time, and then you go right back into it.
Yeah.
You've had insights today. The
Yeah.
insight is that you can be happy. The insight is you can be okay, that you can be satisfied, that you can be joyful, that you can be energetic.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, you can. You don't have to mope around thinking, I've got to know this and I've got to know that.
Uh
See, that's insight right there. That was it.
yeah. It's funny.
It is. It's a
God.
barrel of laughs. Wow, isn't that great? You can see it. That's what we mean by insight, is to recognize that the patterns that we've been practicing, what we've gotten used to, is not helping us. That we have to make a change. We have to start having wholesome
Yeah.
thoughts.
And the whole questions thing about like, because when I was talking about insights, I was thinking about like insights about, you know, like knowledge stuff. You know, like when you have an insight more, not what you were talking about, but more like, you know, like a discovery about life or something. Um,
Well, that's it. You just discovered something about life. Asking a bunch of questions and getting information isn't making you happy, but
yeah,
you have to practice being okay.
yeah,
You have to practice because you've been practicing having a bunch of questions and getting used to that. But the real insight is, wow, I don't have to do that. I can just relax. I'm already okay.
yeah. I guess I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Checkmate. Yeah.
So, are you going to go practice? That's my question. Are you going to go practice correctly? having thoughts of everything's okay, everything is fine.
Yeah.
You are. Okay. Well, you go do that. You go
Yes.
practice some 5 minutes every hour.
Yeah.
Just practice. Oh, wow. I can take a 5 minutes off and just be okay. I don't have to worry about anything for 5 minutes. You go practice that
Okay.
and then call me.
I will do that. Maybe I'll call you in a week or two.
All right.
I'll message you.
But it's important that you make that commitment to me that
Yes.
you're going to go practice being happy, practice being joyful, practice being satisfied.
I will. I promise.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we'll see you later.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you so much for that. I'll see you.